Hi guys, so I want to help you with 2021 question 8 for the galvanic cell, DBE 2021 question 8. So it says when a piece of sodium metal is added to water in a test tube, hydrogen gas is released. Then it says when the phthalate indicator is added to the test tube, the solution turns pink. Okay. So there is the piece of sodium metal. When it's added to water, what happens? Hydrogen gas is released. Okay, then it says there, 8.1.1, define the term reduction in terms of electron transfer. You'll do that one. 8.1.2, it says you must write down the reduction half reaction. So how do you know what to do? You'll start by saying, okay, there is my piece of sodium metal. When it is added into water, hydrogen gas is released. Okay, what's the next step? What's my next step? The next step there is that, okay, you are going to find out which one will undergo oxidation, which one will undergo reduction. How do you do that? You can say Na plus by, then you break down this water to form H2. Then you know that after the breaking down, the OH will bond with what? With the sodium, and therefore the H will give you what? The H2, which is a diatomic molecule there. That is why you have your hydrogen as your H2, right? So because the sodium will bond with this NOH, it will then give a product of NaOH. So now you have this Na plus HOH giving us H2 plus NaOH, right? From there you'll say you want to see which one undergoes oxidation, which one undergoes reduction. So you write your Na plus by, when you break it down, your hydrogen becomes H plus, your OH becomes OH minus. This one, you write it as it is, plus by. When you break down this one, you know it becomes Na plus and OH minus, right? Then you want to check which one there will undergo oxidation, which one will undergo what? A reduction. Okay. So from there, you will say that you've got this OH minus and the OH minus. The OH minus and the OH minus, you are not going to use them in terms of oxidation and reduction. But what else do you have? You have the sodium and the sodium, right? You have the sodium and the sodium, and you have the hydrogen and the hydrogen. Okay, so now you can see that the oxidation number of a neutral atom is what? Is 0. So by a neutral atom, we are saying the oxidation number of an element that does not have what? That does not have a charge is 0. The oxidation number of Na plus is what? Is 1. And you can see that when you move from 0 to 1, there is an increase there. There's an increase in oxidation number. And then you can see that when you move from 1 to this one, neutral atom is 0. From 1 to a neutral atom which is 0, then you can see that there's a decrease there in oxidation number. So here there's a decrease. So from there you can see that, okay, increase in oxidation number. That is where I'll have what? Oxidation. Decrease in oxidation number. That is where I'll have what? Reduction. Now the question requested that you write down the reduction half reaction. Reduction half reaction. Then now you can go back and say, okay, this is what I had, Na plus H2O to give me H2 plus what? NaOH. We've already established that reduction will happen where? In terms of the H2O, this one. And it happens in terms of reduction and what? And the H2 and this one. So the question said write down the reduction half reaction. So now you need to go back to your table and look where you can find the H2O as a reactant and the H2 as a product. So according to the table, there's only one, and it is 2H2O plus 2 electrons to give us H2 gas plus 2OH minus. So simply H2O and H2 gas, they are there on the table. So because they said we must write down the reduction half reaction, this is already in terms of reduction. So remember, for reduction we simply do what? Copy and paste. It will be one arrow to the right, so we are simply going to copy and paste, and this would then be your reduction half reaction.